As we gather here in Nairobi, we must look back at the previous 4 Paset fora held since 2013 in Ethiopia, Rwanda, Senegal, and Kenya, with a tinge of pride and satisfaction over the tremendous strides we have achieved so far. This assembly represents a momentous milestone in our shared quest to propel the fields of science, technology, and engineering within sub-Saharan Africa to greater heights. It offers us a precious opportunity to ensure our collective efforts are directed towards fostering socio-economic transformation across this vibrant region. The Partnership for Skills in Applied Sciences, Engineering and Technology is the key to Africa's needs of addressing challenges hindering Africa's research output and quality, more so in the STEM subjects. Perhaps nothing speaks to these challenges facing research in Africa more than the fact that only about 29% of research in sub-Saharan Africa, with the exception of South Africa, emanates from applied sciences, engineering, technology, and mathematics. In line with our theme, leveraging technical and vocational education and training in the knowledge and skills ecosystems of Africa's industrialization, we recognize the crucial role of TVET in building a skilled workforce. By integrating TVETs into our broader knowledge and skills ecosystem, we will be able to unlock the full potential of Africa's industrialization. On this note, I am glad that Paset acknowledges the critical role of TVETs and has identified priority sectors that include transport, energy, manufacturing, and ICT. I am optimistic that the programs developed to address challenges and generate opportunities in these sectors will not only create jobs, but will trigger industrialization with those sectors as the epicenters. 30% of Africa's trade is intra-African. Only 30%. 70% of Africa's trade is actually with the rest of the world, particularly Europe and other areas. So that means that amongst ourselves, again through you, skilling our people, we have an opportunity to rapidly increase inter-Africa trade and get our people working together. So again, it becomes a challenge to you. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the reasons Africa struggles in generating impactful research is underfunding. Of course, this is not deliberate, as Africa has its own unique challenges that hinder the deployment of its scarce financial resources to research. As a result, most African countries' budgets for research are less than 0.5% of their GDP, against the recommended ratio of not less than 2% of the GDP. While Kenya is one of the countries with the highest funding of research in Africa, at 0.8% of the GDP, we are still short of the target and committed towards bridging the gap. It is against this background that Paset's efforts to confront the challenges I have just described are timely and commendable. I appreciate the strides covered by Paset from its inception, including outcomes of the last conversation held in 2017 during the 5th Paset Forum here in Nairobi. The international exposure through partnerships will give our graduates a better understanding of how we can grow industry and the knowledge economy, increase productivity, and create more jobs. As we march forward, we need to bring in more African governments to achieve better economies of scale, and scope, and thereby reducing the cost of training, hence train more students. Today, I reaffirm our commitment to the objectives of Paset and the Regional Scholarship and Innovation Fund. We recognize the critical role these initiatives play in nurturing talent, bridging skills, gaps, and driving sustainable development. I assure you of my unwavering commitment to enhancing tertiary education within Kenya and across our region. Since its inception in 2013, Paset has been at the forefront of driving innovation, fostering collaboration, and empowering countless individuals and institutions across the region. Guided by the Charter of Partnership for Skills in Applied Sciences, Engineering and Technology, we have made tremendous strides in addressing critical skills gaps and laying the foundation of promoting sustainable development. Kenya recognizes the importance of Paset, together with its flagship program, the Regional Scholarship Innovation Fund. We believe in the regional approach to strengthening science, technology, and innovation for responding to the emerging challenges of Africa. I am pleased to confirm that Paset goals align well with the Kenyan government strategy to enhance science, technology, engineering, and mathematics areas in our education sector. I am pleased to announce that under the Regional Scholarship and Innovation Fund, aimed at supporting PhD scholarships and research projects in priority areas, Kenya, through its initial contribution of 2017-2018, has leveraged additional funding to benefit a significant number of scholars and institutions. The government of Kenya contributed $2 million to the Regional Scholarship and Innovation Fund in 2018, a contribution that supported 18 PhD scholarships. These Regional Scholarship and Innovation Fund students benefited from the highest quality of PhD training with advanced research and training institutions across the United States, United Kingdom, Europe, South Korea, and Africa. It is further worrying that the STEM research in Africa has been declining by 0.2% annually since 2002, according to World Bank data. Further still, statistics indicate that Africa is estimated to have 198 researchers per million, compared with 428 in Chile, 4,260 in Canada, 4,269 in the United Kingdom, and 4,663 in the United States. Data also show that only about 7% of the population in Africa is pursuing higher education, compared to 30% worldwide. Additionally, less than 1% of academic journal articles come from academic institutions in Africa. This unimpressive situation calls for an urgent increase in the pool of graduates with PhD without compromising on the quality of studies. Indeed, the World Bank estimates that African universities should produce over 100,000 PhDs in the next few years in order to help reverse challenges facing Africa today. While universities are rapidly expanding in Africa, the pace of PhDs is unable to meet her needs. The number of PhDs enrollment against total student enrollment in universities in Africa is generally low at 2% of the total university student population. I wish to state that to date, 25 PhD scholars have benefited from Regional Scholarship and Innovation Fund, 68% of them are women. The Regional Scholarship and Innovation Fund beneficiaries are equipped with advanced technologies, research skills, and relevant international, regional, and national networks. Therefore, we expect that the beneficiaries of these scholarships will enhance positive growth in their respective institutions and develop centers of excellence in their areas of study. Two Kenyan universities, the University of Nairobi and Kenyatta University, were competitively selected as African host universities to train Regional Scholarship and Innovation Fund PhD students and are currently hosting a total of 41 students. This selection as African host universities is an important stamp of approval that universities in Africa are globally competitive. Conflicts in Africa are causing havoc. They are disrupting education. Right now, the statistics from UNHCR indicate that as at the end of 2023, about 98 million children in Africa are out of school because of conflict. Now, instead of converging in Paris to raise money for science and engineering and mathematics and our schools, the world is being forced to converge in various capitals to raise money to intervene in conflict. So, as Africa, even as you look at the issues you'll be discussing here, just try and put that into perspective, that we really have to sort ourselves out. We really have to sort ourselves out, because it is not possible that we will always be going out there to have resources that can be directed to agribusiness, to our infrastructure, to our education, are being canvassed so that they can make interventions in areas of conflict. It is not sustainable, it is not healthy, it is not wise, and we collectively must find solutions. I also hope that plans by the Paset Governing Council towards harmonization of standards and mutual recognition of qualifications for priority occupations, the establishment of regional technical TVET centers for policy research, strategy development, and knowledge dissemination, and capacity development for Africa skills competition, among others, are progressing well. Looking ahead, I am happy that the actions and discussions that will be held in this forum are aligned to the international, African, and local contexts on the role of education, science, and technology to Africa's resurgence.